Hello, I'm Andreas, and right now I'm going to run my slideshow.
Let me take you back to the time when we were chasing all the girls. Two maniacs indulging in the pleasures of this world. So much to see, so much to live for. Questions to answer, places to go. So much to be, so much to care for. Deep down inside I think you know you are free. Come back to me. Look ahead and see, there's still so many borders we could cross. Just you and me, making up for all the time that we have lost. So much to see, he may be so much to live. I've got to fight, I will pull through. Take me with you. So much to be.
And that was that slideshow. So now I'm going to explain the code for you. And first of all, we have the header file where I put in some images, those 10 images you just saw, and I have two pointers, some for an array and one for data, just pointing out in space to chunk of data I have defined in this one, the test app, this CPP file. And then I have an int for my picture, and double for alpha, and bright, which I do not really use, but I tried to do something with it, but it kind of fails. I use another method in doing the brightness, as you saw. And then I have my texture text here, and yeah, that was the header file with all the variables. And then I'll initialize them and load all the pictures here. Initialize data, this huge chunk of data. This is somewhere out in space, or memory, what's it called? And then we set pick to 0 and alpha to 0, and then we allocate some space for the texture, which is 800.450, and we make it in RGB, so it isn't grayscaled images, and we initialize our bright to 0.000, and all the pictures we put into my pointer array here, which all 10 pictures are. So and further down here we start the slideshow in the update function, which updates as fast as the computer can do it. And we have set our background to a bright white color, if you even can call that a color. And we have alpha set to plus equals to 0.005, so we have this nice smooth fading from one picture to another in an alpha blend we have down here. I'll explain it in a little moment. And then we load some data for the texture, and we load in that particular area we have set it, and we load it in as in colors. Great. And then we have a total pixel integer here, which just give us all the pixels we have multiplied by 3 because we need them all in red, blue, and green. Great. And then we have an alpha if sentence here. We sort of say that if alpha is bigger than 2.5, we set alpha to 0, and pick will go 1 up. And pick will control which picture in the array that will be shown. So, well, here we have the if sentence of which controls our transitions, because it checks if alpha is below 1, and if it is that's the case, then we'll run through this for loop, which contains our alpha blending transition. And within this for loop we also have the whole switch case, so we can so call this if sentence, and this for loop is the master of all transitions, because all transitions will only be done if alpha is below 1. So that means that every time you see a alpha blending, you also see some kind of transition programmed for some of the pictures, as you saw. So then we have our first for loop here, which count up as many which counts I up as many times as we have total pixel, which is this one, this one. Yeah, I think it doesn't matter. Wait with you. So yeah, so it will run, yeah, that's huge amount of time to load up all the data, because data will look into I and see which number we are reaching, and thereby loading all the data in that particular area of that picture we have there. Now we have modulus to 10, so we're going through all the pictures no matter what, even though pick is equal to a zillion, we will always get a picture between 0 and 9. And then we have the alpha here, so multiply the whole picture here with alpha, and thereby giving us a picture that will, yeah, greatly, just come through the other picture here we have, and which is the picture number 1, and we can see number 0, and then picture number 1 will come through with it, thereby -1 alpha, so the picture will fade down, so to say. And then we start our switch case, because we want this slideshow to have other kind of transitions on the way. So we can start with the case 1, which were the first, was the dedication with the bleeding heart picture. And in this one we are brightening up, we're simply fading into white, and this is done by listening to making a whole for loop, in which have the integer of j, which are going to control this case. And if the picture and the area of j is under over 250, we just set to 255, which is equal white. And if it is lower than 255, then we'll just plus it with 5. So we have this nice fading into white, and we just spit it out on the screen, and we'll do an alpha blend at the same moment, so we have this nice fading to white while fading over to the next picture. That's nice. And we can see the case 2 is nearly the same, it's just fading into black instead. So therefore we are looking for to see if the part of the picture is below or equal to 5 we set to 0, and if it's over 0 we just minus this with 5 all the time. So we have this nice fading into black, and we're also fading it over to the next picture, so the next picture will be like fading back to normal color from black. Great. Well, the next we have the case 4. It was with the hearts and the grayish blackish whitish background, and in this one we are overexposing all the whites and the area around the heart. So everything there, everything under 5 set to 0, everything over 150 set to 155, and we have this call it threshold. No, we can't really. We call it a line in the middle of 200 and 199. So if everything over 200 been plus or equals to 5, and everything below 199 will be minus and equals to 5. So we have this overexposed area where we either have them totally brighten up or totally black down. So it seems like the picture is burned into the frame, and we just spit it out on the screen, and we alpha blend it with the next picture. So it's like it's burned and then still burns at the same time as fades over to the next picture. It was very nice. And then the next picture was that the tunnel of light thingy, experimenting colors thing, imagining. Well, here I am fading into white, but in a more drastic and fast way compared to the previous fading into white. So it's like it explodes into white instead, and that is just done by saying that if the area where in R at the moment, in this at the moment, is below 155, yeah, then multiply with 2 and plus 127, and then equals to 255. And yeah, if the area is below 0, then just set to 0, but it seems really unnecessary, seeing that every single picture and every single pixel, nearly by the fact that it's multiplied with 2 and plus 127, will be over 255, then just automatically brighten up totally. And yeah, and if it doesn't, then it will do it anyway due to the else sentence here. And then we just print it out, and yeah, we have this alpha blending again. So we really feel that it was fading from white to the next picture, which was a greenish picture of some kind of industry hallway thing. But here I'm using an overexposure again, where I like the area to be a little more down in the dark area, so there'll be more pixels, more pixels being brightened up compared to the heart image. And it's just the same as before, just the same function as the heart image. And we print it out, and we do alpha blending once again. I like alpha blending. I think it's a nice effect. So, and then we skip a picture because nothing's really happening besides alpha blending. And then the last thing I've done is just a faster way of fading into black, which was done by that emo scene J-pop tickets picture, and it's simply just fading into black in a faster way compared to the from the bottom we rise picture, first one with the blue background, and we're doing an alpha blend once again. So that's simply it, and then we of course draw the texture, draw it all up.